Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Anne and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review Squid Game and we are in season 2. You'd have to be under a rock not to know what Squid Game is. I believe Squid Game is what really rocketed South Korean movie drama industry. We as Korean drama fans have been here this whole time. But the rest of the world discovered Korean movie, whatever, making with Squid Game because it was huge. It was huge for season 1. And they're back with season 2. And wow, they did not disappoint. I mean, the guy who makes this is no joke. I saw him being interviewed and he actually said that he's exhausted. And I can see why, because this work is a masterpiece. I mean, everybody involved in this, it's a masterpiece. First of all, may I just say, if you're a Korean drama fan, the amount of new actors you're gonna see in this show that we've seen in the Korean shows is interesting. I feel like every actor out there was calling their agent I need to be Squid Game season 2 or season 3, right? Because there will be a season 3, by the way, which makes sense now. Because obviously they became so popular from season 1. It was yeah, we'll give you more 2 seasons if you want to do it. Because people love this. They totally love this show. It was just fascinating to see that the actors who are in there, you're like, you're here too? You're here. You're here? You're here. As a Korean drama fan, it was just fun to see all the different actors and you're like, even you're here. Oh, so much fun. I'm gonna name some of them because, I mean, we know them, right? For example, Yi Si-won was in this. He plays really nice. He's here to get money. He's gotten people into some problems with his advice about crypto. And then we also find out, and by the way, I'm just gonna say right now, it's kind of hard to explain or review this show without dropping a little bit of some spoilers. So if you have not finished watching, I'm not gonna give away the whole story. Obviously, that's just not nice, but it's kind of hard to explain without dropping some things. So if you're one of those who do not want to hear anything at all, then please go finish watching, come back and review my video. I'm not gonna take it personally, no issue there. But when we meet him, he's, like I said, he's gotten into trouble by helping people with crypto. He's given them advice. He's lost money. They all got swindled. And that's why he's there. And then we also find out in the game is also his pregnant girlfriend. That is interesting. I'm not gonna say who she is. You can watch. But we also loved him from what was that show called? Runoff. He was very good. We also have Kang Han-nul. We loved him in The Inheritors. He was also in When the Chameleon Blooms. He is really interesting because he's trying to be this positive guy. We are told he's a Marine. He's, always respecting the rules and the laws, but he's got a case of PTSD that does not serve him well when things get really, really crazy. So you have to watch what becomes of him. That was interesting to watch. We also have Lee Jin-wook. Oh my God. That would make sense that he would be on here. I mean, we loved him in Boogle Soul. He's been in a lot of stuff. Sweet Home. He's on here because, just remember, with Squid Game, anybody who's playing Squid Game is because their life is crazy and they're desperate. He's got a daughter who is dying from cancer and I think is needing some sort of a treatment that the insurance doesn't cover. So obviously he gets desperate for money and that's why he shows up to play Squid Game, right? That is the theme, is that everybody who plays Squid Game, you have to be desperate for money because your life has pretty much blown up, right? It's your last resort to what am I gonna do? And then we also had Park San-hoon. Oh my gosh. I have to say, I appreciate an actor that refuses to be typecast. We saw him in Glory and he was this bully. Oh my God, he was mean and such a bully. But in this show, in Squid Game, he is playing a transgender man. Well, woman. She transitioned from a man to a woman. And he's soft and he's sweet and he's nice. I just could be like, you're the same guy from Glory who was such a bully. But I loved his range of acting. We could see you being a bully and then be so sweet and soft and loving. Oh, but anyway, just a lot of actors that we've seen, a lot of Korean dramas, and I can see why a lot of actors would want to be in this because it's such a fabulous series. And so once again, obviously we have our lead actor, Lee Jae. He's back, and I think if you've seen the previews of Squid Game 2, and also based on how Squid Game 1 ended, was now that he was a sole survivor, won the money, he was like, that was crappy. I cannot believe all those people were killed for all that money. He's trying to make amends, like we saw. He, you know, where he could help, he would go and give money to these families if he knew the people, right? And obviously we see him in season 2 where, first of all, he's been in hiding. He has a lot of money in this motel, and he's trying to find the character of Gong Yo, who, if you remember, was the recruiter. And by the way, spoiler, I think we can all confirm Gong Yo is not gonna be on season 3. If you know, you know, right? Go watch, you know why. That was crazy. But so he's back, and what he really wants to do is go back to the Squid Games and warn people not to play this game. Which I was like, I think you missed the point. I think you missed the point in the fact that the reason why people play this game is because they're desperate. These people who showed up here are desperate. Okay, just to tell them don't play, you're gonna die. I don't think they care, because either way, I think they either die outside or die inside. So I can see why they're like, no, we're gonna keep playing. And then also, don't forget the character of 001. Just like in season 1, we know Lee Bi-kyun, who is one of the one who runs the game, the rich guy who wants people to play these games. But there's something he said that I thought was interesting. He said, Squid Games, and he's saying it to him, Squid Games would never end until people change. Meaning, you may look at him as the bad guy, but people have created this situation, okay? Because don't forget, at the beginning of the games, before the games start, they always say, if you choose not to play this game, because remember, they have to vote. If you feel like you don't want to, please sign here, we'll let you go like it never happened. But most people stay. So anyway, his character is in here and hoping that he will save people by explaining to them what's gonna happen. Now, the first game was a game that we know. It's the green light, red light. So he is helping people by saying, freeze, do not move. If you move, you're shot. So he saved a lot of people in that first game. So then they were like, what's the next game? And he was like, oh, it's that, what's it called? The Dalgana or whatever, with the candy, where you lick the candy. And that's what he thought was next. So he's telling everybody, please try to pick the triangle. That's the easy one. Do not pick the umbrella, right? We learned that from season 1. Well, they show up to the second game, and he's like, this is not that game. I don't know what this game is. And we see it's a series of like 5 games. You have to have a team of 5. First of all, you're all strapped together like a 3-legged race thing. So when you move, you have to pretty much be in sync or you will fall, right? You gotta do a counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the first thing I believe is you have to hit the rock that hits this thing that's standing like this. And then you move on to the next one. The next one was, I think it was the marble game, I believe. And then the next one was the spinning wheel. And then the final one is where you do the little hagisaki thingy, where you have to do it, hit it 5 times, and then you survive. But you only get 5 minutes to do all these things. Oh my God, the stress of it all. The stress of it all. These games, oh my gosh. So then people have to vote, and you have to see the struggle in like, come on people, you just saw all our friends get killed in green light, red light. Now this other 5 games, we've lost more people. Let's just get out of here. But then they all keep arguing, but the money in the pot is not big enough. It's not big enough, as usual, right? Greed. Human beings and greed, right? So then they go to the next 3rd game, which, oh, that was a crazy game. The round and round game. It sounds like the kids are singing, and it goes into round, and it says you need 5 people. You have to have 5 people in your room. If there's no 5, or if you're left outside, you're gone. Then they change to 3, to 2. Oh, the fighting that goes into all this, how people get greedy and how people can just go against each other, is crazy. I mean, we have a mother and son in this situation. It's crazy. Oh, we have that one musician. He is high on drugs with purple hair. I think his name is Top. Turns out I think he's a K-pop singer as well. I did not know about him, but in this show, he is crazy. He is just cuckoo. But I think he's probably having the best time because it's so crazy, but then he's so high on drugs. I think for him, he's just seeing other things. So it's almost like he's not here. So that's interesting to see. But you have to keep watching because he's trying to get to makers of the Squid Game. What he doesn't know, spoiler alert, is that we always know from Squid Game 1, 001 is one of them playing the game. So you have to see 001, who is playing 001, and obviously he's part of the game. The audience is in on it, but them, they don't know that that's who it is, right? And let's just say, all I'm just gonna say is Mr. Sunshine. If you've watched Mr. Sunshine, you know who I'm talking about. It's the actor who plays Mr. Sunshine is 001, and he befriends him, and they're actually like this. They're playing the games together the whole time. Let's just say he is working hard to try to get to the top so he can bring them down. But I'm just gonna say this for season 3. So now we know about the character of Wee Ha-jun is the cop who in Squid Game 1 infiltrated to go and rescue his brother because he found out about the Squid Games. Now in season 2, obviously we see he's back and he's working with him. And let's just say they were supposed to be on the outside, trying to find the island where Squid Game 2 is being played. And let's just say they got tricked, they got stuck out there. That captain, oh my gosh, I was surprised. Okay, that captain has been wasting his time all these years, right? Crazy. Anyway, I'm just saying this for season 3. I think the only way to beat them at Squid Game, or to get to the makers of Squid Game, is he has the money. I mean, he won the money from season 1. I think what you do is, and you guys can tell me, but I think that one of them is gonna have to go and play as an investor of the game. We know he can play because they know his face, they know who he is. So I'm saying we need to send the character of Ri Jan-han in because he's not known. Remember when he played Squid Game season 1, he wore the pink suit because he infiltrated, so they don't know how he looks like. I'm gonna need him to play a rich tycoon. You know, a rich tycoon who goes as an investor to these games and go and befriends the other investors. Because remember, in that room, including 001, there was other people who are investing in putting this money in the pot, right? It's a betting game. We need him to go in there. He's a cop. He is good as in investigating and get to know these people. Get to know them. Get to know who they are. Why did you guys decide to put a Squid Game together? Okay? And who are your families? What kind of businesses do you have? You're gonna have to attack them from the inside. Coming into the game, it's a noble thing. What he's trying to do is to go in there and tell these people who are desperate and poor to stop playing these games because they're gonna die. They'll never listen. They'll never listen because as human beings, we are greedy. We are greedy and are willing to do whatever it takes. And these people, you have to remember, they have nothing to lose. They are like, if I stay out there, I'm still gonna die. If I stay in here, maybe there's a 50-50 chance that I die, or I could win the money. I mean, he did, right? Because even they said to him, so let me get this straight. You come tell us to stop playing the game, but you won the game? More importantly, you don't only won the game, but you are alive. So you got money. You didn't even need to come back. What are you here for? So it's hard to convince the one who are in the game to stop playing. They will never stop. They're too desperate. Life has pushed them in places that has made them really desperate. To bring the Squid Games down, you're gonna have to infiltrate. You're gonna have to infiltrate the rich people back and hit them from in there. You're gonna come and be like one of them, all rich. You're gonna invest just like 001 does. He also came, infiltrated the game. He's playing the games, right? He's playing the games with them. He's there to convince people. He's shooting people and people don't even know who's killing them, right? Like we saw in season 2. So I say season 3. I'm not sure who, I'm just saying, I think that's what we need to see in season 3 is we're gonna need someone to infiltrate the rich people and hit them from the back. Get to know who they are, their businesses, and we're gonna work to bringing their businesses down. We're gonna embarrass their families. We're gonna go all in. As in, like, come on, rich people, you cannot use poor people as your little pawns on, you know, the chess game to move them around for your own entertainment. You got so much money and you're just bored and got nothing else to do but just to play around with poor, desperate people. Not cool, right? It's the same concept of, if you ever watched the It's a Mad, Mad World, that old show or movie, same idea. You've got to go teach him a lesson. He's trying to do that, but playing the Squid Games, I don't think it's the easiest way to go. And as we saw it ending in season 2, I'm thinking he's going to show up in season 3, but I mean, right? If you saw, you saw. So I'm like, I think you need to don't come back. You cannot play season 3. We're gonna need you to go out, okay, and use your money, and we're gonna attack from the side of the rich. We need to go find the people that put this game together. All in all, was season 2 great? Absolutely excellent. A great sequel to season 1. I mean, the games are crazy, and the storylines and the people and why they came to play the games is what really touches us. Because all these people are good people, they're just desperate. And I think all of us would probably be willing to play these games, although you're gonna die, just to see if you could get a chance, right? Because you're desperate, you have nothing else. You don't have anything else out there working for you. We've got the one girl, she's now dressed up pink with a triangle. And she was like, you all think you're gonna kill these people. When you kill them, you're gonna harvest their body parts and sell hearts and kidneys. So when she kills to destroy the body, so the body is useless. You cannot use it to harvest organs and stuff like that. And I'm like, you go, girl. But I'm worried for her as well, right? But oh, so good. So good. If you've never watched Squid Game, first you gotta go watch season 1 and then watch season 2. But season 2 was equally as good. In my book, it was equally as good. At the beginning, we have the first 2 episodes of him trying to find, obviously, the recruiter, the character of Gong Yo, and it does feel a little slow to begin with, but the one scene where they're playing the Russian roulette, I was like, oh my God. I was like this the whole time. I'm like, oh my God. You're counting like, you're like, oh my gosh, how many more do they have before the thing goes off? Think about that. You're gonna add rock, paper, scissors is how you're determining who gets to. My God, they know how to keep you on your seats, like the edge of your seats. Just entertaining, fantastic. Once again, well done to the whole production, the actors, everything. Just an excellent franchise of Squid Game. Did you watch season 2? You know what, when you sit to watch, you're gonna binge watch, because you need to know what happens next. I binge watched yesterday. There's no such thing as just I'm gonna watch one episode and come back. No. You're gonna be like, what's gonna happen next? Okay, so when you do sit down, give yourself time, because you're gonna need to binge watch. Maybe 3 episodes. I think we have 7 episodes? 3 episodes, 4 episodes, or just sit and just watch. The good thing is right now most people are on holiday, so watch it. It's perfect timing. Anyway, once again, if you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help support my channel. I'll be back tomorrow to review our soon-worthy, just fantastic show that is giving us all the feels. When the phone rings, I'll be back to review that tomorrow. Such a wonderful show. Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Deuces.